Somber Memorial Day to everyone, to all. I don't know why they call it Happy Memorial Day. We're remembering our fallen soldiers who fought hard and with the right cause behind them mostly. Um, Nowadays, not sure what we're fighting for, who we're fighting for, or why the hell people are still deciding to go out and fight. But anyway, today is May 27th. It is my birthday. It is 1 year of sobriety for myself. It was 1 year ago that I decided, after my third time quitting drinking, I wasn't going to drink again, right? I had several sobriety years prior, and someone coughed in China and they shut the world down and they gave us free money, and I started drinking again. That didn't work out very well. There is a picture on the YouTube channel, on the community post of 1 year ago today, what I look like. I'm not saying this is any better, it's just a little less black and blued. Today is my birthday, yes, and my 1 year sober, and it is Memorial Day. That was always fun growing up, having your birthday on Memorial Day. Everybody was coming over anyway. And then everybody got drunk and forgot that you were there, and you got to go play with your toys. Anyway, so because it is my birthday, we might as well hit upon the beginnings of the Diogenes, which was I was adopted. The family that put me up for adoption, the mother had cheated with the neighbor while my father was in Vietnam. At least this is the story I was told from an older half brother who was adopted with me. After years, I believe my brother was the main cause of me not having a family. And I grew up with him, and even growing up with him, I loved him dearly, as all younger brothers do. And then he got older and watched him move on rather rapidly. It was like maybe a couple months after he turned 18, he went right into the Navy. And then, he started living his life. Getting into that story in another podcast, we're just going to talk about this little thing right here. So, I was adopted into a family who thought they couldn't have kids. Then I believe it was within that year she found out she was pregnant. My younger adopted brother was a sickly child and was in a lot of hospitals. So I spent a lot of time over at the grandparents' house, who, without their guidance, I would have been a drug addict in the street, 30 years ago, 35 years ago. As for the mother and father, the father was a highly abusive man, but he got that from his father. The mother was, to put it delicately, I believe she thought we were pets. She treated us like pets anyway. For my younger brother and younger sister that were natural to them, I apologize for the situation you were put in, and the actions I took, the actions that I had portrayed upon the family didn't help anything out either. Unlike my older brother who just left, I just stayed, and was reminded often that none of it was mine, and I had to pay for everything. As soon as I turned 16, I started paying rent, $200 a month. But I screwed up that whole life. I screwed up your life, Scott, and I screwed up your life, Tori, and I apologize dearly for that. There's nothing I can do about it. Maybe one day we'll talk again. Maybe we won't, but this video will be there forever, or at least until they shut down the channel. So back to me. So all I really wanted to do when, they say, what do you want to do when you grow up? I wanted to be a broadcaster. I want to be in broadcasting. I want to be on the radio. And I could have gone to broadcasting school for like $2,500. I think it was called the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. It was around for fucking 20 years. Anyway, the family decided that I couldn't borrow $2,500 to go to school, but they would buy me a car that I could pay off while working a shit job. Because apparently working for someone else was the key to success of my failure. And we're going to get into that in a second. So after working the menial middle management jobs of life, because if you can't work your way up to middle management, you really need to think about what you're doing in any job. You should be able to get to middle management within a year. Especially if that's what you're doing, right? If that's your job, do your fucking job. Stupid enough, I did my job. I do my job. I did my job well. Hated doing my job. Learned all the ins and outs of embezzlement from every establishment that I had a hand in a till. Not only that, I would sell inside the store, outside, and do all this shit. It just wasn't what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to stand in a fucking store and here's a burger bullshit. So I joined the Army. I got, the other part of that is I high school diploma. I got my GED in the state of Connecticut. According to the records, I topped in the top 5%. That got me enough to get into the Army, because at the time they needed a high school diploma. But my GED apparently had enough certification on it, and I was smart enough. So I went in and I took communications, electronics and communications. So I got my communications degree. And I was in the Army. Well, National Guard. Fully expecting to go overseas. I wanted to go overseas, but that's a whole different story. So, in the Army, doing Army shit, Army National Guard stuff. Kids, family. When I got back into Connecticut, I didn't use my communications degree at all. I kind of did. I went to printing. I did web offset printing at a place called Annixter Brothers in North Haven, Connecticut. That was a fun job. I was vested there. Stayed there just about 5 years. Family kids, all the, drink, drug, just paying bills, supposedly doing the right thing. But you're not. But I'm not. I wasn't. The philosophy that I was under, which was just work your 40 hours, enjoy your bullshit. Just let people do what they want to do because it's a free life and all this shit. And over a decade of that, which leads into, so I worked at the Annixter Brothers, and I moved a very far distance away, and it was getting expensive to drive back and forth. So my neighbor one of my neighbors ended up to be in the construction trades, and I ended up doing hardwood floors for 7 years. Install, sand, finish, repair, patch, stain, all your laminates, framing houses, building houses, and within the flooring, was going for my plumbing license because that was entertaining. And then, okay, so between Annixter Brothers and doing the flooring, no, it wasn't Annixter, I'm sorry. It was Imprint Printing, Annixter Brothers. Oh my God. It was Imprint Printing, sorry. Annixter Brother was the electronics warehouse I worked in. Whew, I have a long work history. Anyway, after I got out of the Army, I was working at Imprint. And before I was working at Imprint, I got an internship at WCCC radio in Hartford, Connecticut. It was absolutely extraordinarily fun. Even just interning, answering phones, pulling music, did a couple on air personalities. One of them got shut down because it was really good to start out with. It was still good, but they could understand the swearing, and I'll do the impression maybe in a little while. Who knows? See if I can get any viewers here. So that was that. Then after all the construction trades and shit, and I had 4 kids. Supposedly, I have 4 kids. I believe my oldest child is the child of one of my ex-wife's close friends. I believe the youngest child is a child that was incurred during her time working for a state agency and was banging the police for that state agency. Maybe one day I'll get a DNA test. We'll see. Leave it up to the fates, I suppose. But it is what it is. So, because I am, and I need to always be. If you want to try and do that thing, do that thing. But it has to be, if that thing is now detrimental to the ultimate goal, which at the time was family, then you need to look at your philosophy. Back. So, because we need to know who we are, I let her, I can't say I let her. She wanted to explore herself and her sexuality. So she did, and found herself not with my sexuality. So things were going left and right and up and down and all over the place in a bizarre fashion of hell. So being young, dumb, and stupid, decided it was time to bring our family together and move to our own piece of property instead of renting. And I say renting, we're renting a piece of property from our family. And I fucked that relationship up because of the ex-wife and myself and drugs, and being young, dumb, and stupid, and not having a philosophy. So I moved to New Mexico, where I am presently. It is my base. There's a story that goes back to me being adopted, that I was abandoned in Aztec, New Mexico, and the state agencies had to come and reclaim me. So I'm back. I'm in New Mexico again. I've been on and off here for 20 years. I came out with my 4 kids in a camper, bought 5 acres of land, while the ex stayed back in Connecticut to finalize things, um, and find another person to be with. So the kids spent just a little under a year on the desert with me, living in a camper under the harshest conditions, and with a man that had an alcohol, drug, and abandonment problem. So trying to raise four children in any way capacity, um, in any capacity, was incredibly tough. And then I got a text. I wish I still had the phone, but I got the text. It doesn't matter whether you stay here or stay here or come back to Connecticut. We're over. Um, they got the kids a plane ticket. I drove them to Connecticut. I didn't drive. I drove them to the airport. They flew to Connecticut. And then I lost my mind for, a little deeper into the losing of the mind for another good 21 years. I've been productive. I've built things. I built things in Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii. I built houses there. I built houses in New Mexico. I built houses in Connecticut. Why haven't you built your own house? Good question. I don't want a house. I am Diogenes. That kind of possession, in my belief, is four walls and a roof, some food, and your family, but you don't get to see them because you have to go pay for that four walls and a roof. So I have, for myself, it is the best thing I've ever done. I live in shanty shit shacks. I have three of them. It's ridiculous. I have a single wide trailer that I have lived in. I've rented. I've had my youngest son, my daughter, and my grandson live here. My son-in-law at the time, Zach Lintry, who just showed back up on, I asked him to come out here to heal and to gather himself. He went off the rails and went missing for a couple weeks. Again, apparently that's our free will to do as we choose instead of doing the right thing. The free will is doing the right thing. You're free to do the right thing, or you're free to fuck off. Anyway, so I have this. I recycled this from a job that I was tearing down a double wide. Then I got myself a little itty bitty, camper that I used for a while. When I was growing marijuana, I just take the camper out to the site and just stay there until the pot was grown. Now it's back on the property. I gotta stop saying So it's back on the property. It was cleaned out. Right now it's storage, but it was cleaned out. I rented it out for this. I used to rent it out for the summers. $50 a week. You get 200 watts of electricity and internet. There's no toilet. There's an outhouse. There's no cook stove. Go buy a propane thing. There's a little cooler you can put ice in, built in. It's an old trailer. It's cool as hell. Little table and shit. But I got that. And then because I thought I wanted to chase money again, I went back to work, like legitimately, instead of, building things for money. I went to work for somebody. I went to work for a restaurant. I just wanted to go chop vegetables and make a couple bucks without going insane. Well, I ended up being the fucking manager, the kitchen manager, within 2 months. I was running the fucking place. And after 2 months of running the place, I learned that he was building a business to fail, and I couldn't handle that. But between there and there, I was making decent money for a guy that doesn't have any fucking overhead. I have no overhead. So I ended up buying a fifth wheel trailer that was redone, that I'm continuing to redo. Had it moved down to a friend's property. Paid rent to live there for a while. Then moved it over to, oh wait, no. After I left, while working at the restaurant, I met a guy who was a multimillionaire, and he wanted me to work at his property or on his property. I thought he wanted me as more of an advisory managerial sense. No, he wanted a lackey, and I didn't want to be his lackey. But the story was, I was getting paid real well with him. That's when I bought the fifth wheel. Moved down to his property, finished up doing a bunch of work on his houses down there. And again, I say houses because there were multiple. Told me that he was going in a different direction and that I wasn't needed anymore. Of course not. So I moved the trailer down to a friend's place. I was staying down there. Oh yeah, and then alcohol hit. We got in a fight. He pulled a gun on me because that's the only thing he could do. Very large man. Not me, him. But at that time, I was unstoppable. Anyway, he was my best friend. He was my best friend for he was a really good friend for a decade, and then he was like my best friend for 10 years. But I fucked that up with alcohol. Anyway, moved the trailer back up to the piece of property that I have. So now I have the fifth wheel, the camper, and the single wide. The single wide I'm turning into a podcasting studio, recording studio, internet education, production. We can, with my hubris and your skill, I'll get you 1,000 subscribers in a month. That's not a problem. For me, it is because of what I do. I'm not here selling you fucking shit off Temu and patting other people's asses for the fuck of it. I just can't do it. I mean, it's entertaining, but I'm just not doing that. So it's just trying to get people to be the individuals that we are supposed to be, and then monetizing that individuality, because people are interested in people. And the more people know about a person's perspective of no matter what they do, whether it's wrenching on a car, talking philosophy, science, it doesn't matter. People want to know these things. People like to know these things. And we're being separated from it all through how pretty is he? Who, what, where, why does he support things? Sides, colors, religions, races, the whole cacophony of bullshit we get spat at us to divide us, because when we're together, we're just unstoppable. When the right people are right, they're right, and the government needs to stop it, and that's what they're doing now. I mean, they're never seen an institution so much division in a society than the people that are in charge now. Is fucking ridiculous. All right, back to me. Me. It's my birthday. Fuck it. Oh, back to birthday? Sure, why not? I got a thumbs up. I got a thumbs up as a gift from one of my friends. I got a bag of food. Oh, dude, I got a bag of food with fucking cheese pretzels. Pretzels are my favorite. Cheese flavored pretzels. Oh yeah, son. I don't have teeth, so I got to suck out them until they kind of disintegrate. But those are delicious. He gave me. I got a. Look at that. Look at that. gonna have me some of this fancy tea stuff. That'll be cool. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate that. And also, there's going to be a tattooing this afternoon. I will be getting a tattoo. I believe I might go live with it. I don't know. Someone tell me, should I go live with getting a tattoo? I'm just getting a little. I think I'm just going to get a small little Gemini, because I am a Gemini. The duality lives within me. Yeah. So yesterday I went out for the bike. I went out for a bike hike ride. The video's up there a little bit. To the top of the little mountain we got out in our backyard. Brand new lighter. Got a bag of weed. That was fucking awesome. Oh yeah. Shit. One of my patrons stopped by, dropped me off a pack of cigarettes. Happy birthday, right? Fucking A. I'll smoke one to you, Chris. Appreciate you. I don't know if you watch those any of the other videos, but there's one where you see me digging the ditch, and then there's one where you see the water hooked up to the ditch. That's Chris. He's one of my benefactors. I appreciate that man very much. And I love his little dog Diogi. Cute little Shinobi doo-doo-be dog. He's a cute little dog. All right, back to me. Back to me. So today is my 54th time around the sun. What an experience. Holy shit. I'm just astounded that I'm still here. Breathing. It blows my mind at times. Oh, all the time. Every time when I wake up in the morning, it's astounding, and I just say thank you. You know, you want me to say God, or you want me to say some sort of deity, I won't do it. Just for the fact that we are universal beings, and that's why God's all around us, because we're in the fucking universe. So, God is dead. Long live God. I won't use God in God terms, because that's just anthropomorphizing and deitizing something that we're not supposed to try to explain. This is something we accept. We're here, right? But we can't. We have to proliferate the fucking lies of it's the little stupid fucking lies too. It's just the stupidest fucking lies all the time. And if you tell me I'm wrong, you're a fucking liar. Your Santa Clauses, your Easter bunnies, your fucking tooth fairies. I understand there are all these little deities that are supposed to bring happiness and joy, when in reality, you're the one that's supposed to bring the happiness and joy, and the kind and comparing, compassion, and the giving. You are all these things, and then you lie about them to your child. And then we are expected to be truthful and honest. The government comes in and does literally everything opposite. Bombs, but no. Don't. Happy birthday, you. Happy birthday, Diogenes. Happy birthday. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, 20 minutes. It was a good cast. It's my birthday. It's Memorial Day. And if you go out and you say happy fucking Memorial Day, fuck you. It's a somber day. People fought and died for this country. And now we're giving it away. And it fucking stains it. This is gonna hurt. This hurts me the most to say. This statement right here that I'm gonna say right now hurts me the most to say. We are citizens of this planet. We need to start acting like it. And I guarantee we ain't going to have a one world government, because one government in one country can't even fucking do it. It needs to change in a drastic way. And I'm not talking communist, I'm not talking fascist, I'm not talking democratic. It needs to change heavily in a philosophic way. But it won't, because the people with money control it. Anyway, anywho, anywhere, any when, any why. Do I have questions? I have questions. Hey, brother. Hey, happy birthday. Rob, how you doing, mate? How you doing, mate? Good. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm having a great day. It's absolutely fucking fabulous. I woke up this morning and it was my birthday. Amazing. So, where was I? I was just about to end this goddamn thing. Yeah, so thumbs up. If you watch this and you feel like donating to the cause, I take donations through Taosnet in Taos, New Mexico, to keep my internet on. I'll just go in there and say Eugene D. Mitchell. My name is Eugene D. Mitchell. I am Diogenes Eugenius, and they'll be happy to put money into my internet so I can keep doing this. I don't know if you want me to. I'll do it anyway. I'll find out a way. Anyway, so enjoy your day. Don't drink and drive. Try not to drink. Being the role model representative of an adult, children watching adults being fucking children, you're going to end up with childish adults that are all pleasure oriented and fucking self-centered bound. Well, that's the life we live. I appreciate all your time. You guys have a great day. Peace.